Hello, everybody. It's Bill's That College Football Guy. It's time for the Fifth Down Show. Oh, my goodness. We're here. Time. Oh, boy. It's been a hell of a week, isn't it? Including some news that just happened while we're here to do this recording. So we get it on there. We're going to go through the Fifth Down recap week 5. We're going to congratulate all the subscriber schools that won some games. We're going to go through the 5-star performers, the schools that look good this week. We had 5 of those. The schools that need to hit the gym. We had 3 need to hit the gym, and 1 will actually technically be 5 because 2 schools in the same game need to hit the gym. And the blue hell, the schools are just what happened? The upsets that happened. One of them included their coach getting fired. Also got to get into about what schools are running the fence. And our first school that is heading to the train station, unfortunately. Well, as I redo my top 25 for this week, and also we got 3 games from the coming up schedule where we have 3 games I think to watch. And one of them is going to be a point and laugh game about it. And also we got 3 upsets that could be making it next week that could be very, very fun. So let's get into this, shall we? Number 1, first off, congratulations on all the subscriber schools that won. We're talking UC Davis, North Dakota State, Montana, East Carolina, Houston, Ohio State, Oregon, Alabama, Iowa State, Tennessee, Notre Dame, Iowa State, I'm going to do that one right, BYU, Louisville, Central Michigan, Cal, Baylor, Utah, San Diego State, Toledo, New Mexico, Hawaii, Western Kentucky, Memphis, and Boise State. So we got our 5-star performers. We had 5 here. And the 5th one, well, we had some changes. The 5th race on here because I ranked 5 who just absolutely looked good both sides of the ball. 5th rated performance, even though they had probably the biggest victory, but based upon what they gave up, I'm not yardage. I do it for what you did on offense versus what you gave up on defense, the margin in there, because that basically shows how dominant you are on both sides of the ball. 5th place, it's going to Notre Dame, beating Arkansas 56-13. Notre Dame offense, 431 yards passing, 212 yards rushing, 643 yards. Just ridiculous. C.J. Carr, redshirt freshman, 23 for 30, 354 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. Notre Dame defense allowed 251 yards passing and 140 yards rushing? It was like it's 300. It was just 367 yards total allowed here, I believe here. They had 3 sacks, a pick, and a fumble recovery. But it was just an awesome victory on both sides of the ball. But defense gave up 8 yards. That was the 5th best performance. And because of that blowout, Sam Pittman, the Arkansas head coach, was fired today. And Bobby Petrino, the former Arkansas head coach, second bite at the apple. He's going to be the interim head coach, I guess, for the remainder of the season. We're going to see how that goes. 4th best one, we're talking Duke beating Syracuse 38-3. Just Duke offense, 268 yards passing, 236 yards rushing, 604 total. Darian Mensch, 222 for 28, 268 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no picks for Duke. And we also had Nate Shepard, the running back for Duke, 15 carries, 168 yards, 2 touchdowns. The defense allowed 221 yards passing, 85 yards rushing, 229 yards passing, 314 total yards allowed. A good solid performance by the Duke Blue Devils. Number 3 on the list, talking about Miami of Ohio beating Lindenwood, the FCS school, or I believe it is FCS, 38-0. Miami of Ohio, so on 208 yards passing, 268 yards rushing, so more rushing than passing, 476 total yards. I did not write down Henry's last name, the Miami of Ohio quarterback. 13-21, 208 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Cam Perry, 3 receptions, 122 for 120 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Kenny Tracy, 22 carries, 134 yards, and a touchdown. Miami Ohio defense, 81 yards passing, 60 yards rushing, 147 yards. An impressive performance. 147 yards allowed, 476 on their defense. Had 3 sacks, 2 picks. That's a solid performance right there. 2-1. Oh, my. This is like the same margin here. It's close, but we're going to give second place and go to Mizzou. The Missouri Tigers beating UMass 42-6. The offense had 250. Missouri's offense 253 yards passing, 268 yards rushing, 521 total yards. Oh, Zabula, 26 of 29. That's good. 241 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Ahmad Hardy, 24 carries, 130 yards, and 3 touchdowns. They allowed 105 yards passing, 19 yards rushing, 134 total yards. So it's margin of 397. So that's on there. But I think number one, I'm going to give it. So you could go. It's tie. The margin is the same. Tie between these two. Missouri beat UMass, or Toledo beating Akron 45-3. The margin of victory is bigger. Toledo had 293 yards passing, 252 yards rushing for 545 yards. Tucker Gleason, 10 of 19, not exactly the best here. 237 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Junior Vanderas the third, 9 receptions for 122 yards and 2 touchdowns. Toledo allowed 79 yards passing, 69 yards rushing, 148 total yards. Same margin, but just damn. Just an impressive performance. I'm going to give Toledo the best 5-star. You can do Toledo and Missouri 5-star performances of the week. As for future candidates for Arkansas, that's for another day. Now, the schools that need to hit the gym. Hit the gym means you won, but you just then look doing it. And there was 3 here in solo games you were talking about. Let's talk about Georgia Tech beating Wake Forest 30-29. Wake, one of the worst teams in the ACC. Wake was leading 17-3 at the half. Georgia Tech, what the hell? Georgia Tech defense allowed 233 yards rushing. Damon Claiborne from Wake Forest, 21 carries, 119 yards, 2 touchdowns. Just what the man? Y'all gonna hit the gym because you're getting pushed around in the running game. You're gonna hit the weight room. Is that just you got overmatched and pushed around? You came back and won it, but y'all got to hit the gym. BYU beating Colorado 24-21. Oh, Cougs, think I'm going to avoid you because Colorado was leading you 14-10 at the half. You actually they led 21-17 at the end of 3. I mean, 291 yards of offense. Not much. And it took you to the end of the game to beat Colorado. It took the fourth to beat Colorado. Stamina issues. I don't know what it is, but y'all got to hit the gym too. Let's talk about Cal beating Boston College 28-24. Boston College led 17-14 at the half. They have Sega Pulotele. I look at it this way. I'm not going to say the whole damn name. I'm calling JKS. JKS, the Cal quarterback, hit Mason Mini with a 51-yard touchdown pass with about a minute 30 left to win the game. Cal was just, did not look good. Y'all gotta hit the gyms. Just coming from behind bits, it's just not looking good. And both schools hit the gym. Yes, San Diego State, you gotta win, but you beat Northern Illinois 6-3. Both y'all offenses sucked. I mean, San Diego State had 277 yards, and Northern Illinois had 170. What? Just both of you look bad. I mean, San Diego State got the win, but both of you just field goals, no tutties, no touchdowns, nothing. Both y'all need to hit the gym. You need to hit the weight room. You need to hit some cardio. You need to hit the film room because, no, looks bad. All right, my what the blue hell moments. Oh, yes. We have 3 here for what the blue hell, folks. We have 3 moments. Let's start off with the one early one. Florida State, ranked, not in my poll, never had them ranked. Virginia beats Florida State 46-38 in double overtime. Chandler Morris had a 4-yard touchdown run to give him the lead in 2 overtime. He was 26-35, 229 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. 3 interceptions, you couldn't beat him. 8 carries, 37 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was just everywhere. He just did all the stuff here, but just too many turnovers, and it still wasn't enough for Florida State to get the win over Virginia. Florida State, what the blue hell? Next one's personal. Actually, I really have 2 ones on here, don't I? Yeah, I only had 2 schools where you what the blue hell. Now I look at it. Oh, got my cat yelling at me down here. two really here, because the other one is for the Georgia fans. Oh, we're going to go 12-0. Your Vols suck. We beat you. We're going to beat Alabama up because Ty Simpson sucks as a quarterback. We're going to do anything else. How about, I'm a Tennessee fan, but I'm going to troll your asses because I don't care. How about that Alabama Crimson Tide? Because they beat y'all 24-21. Let's see. Gunnar Stockton is going to outduel Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson, 24-38, 276 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Decent line. Gunnar Stockton, 13 of 20 for 130 yards and a touchdown. Really? Alabama led 24-14 at the half. Alabama didn't score the second half. It was your chance to take it. You scored 7 points. What the blue hell, Georgia. And honorary mention here for what the blue hell, but it's not, it's just sad. It's more of a troll job since I'm a Vols fan. Nico, still think you leaving Tennessee was a good idea? Because Northwestern just beat you and your Bruins. God, that was bad. Now, I talked about running the fence and the train station. What am I talking about here? My top 25, if you got 4 losses, you're out of the top 25. You're out of my top 50. Okay? Because you're running the fence. You're on the outside looking in. Now, there was a possibility. Like, I believe the fact is the end of the winning has to count for something. If you have 4 losses, you're out of the top 25. End of the season, there were a lot of G5s at the end of my poll. Why? Because 4 lost schools don't get in it, and at the end, we end up with exactly 25 schools left in FBS that had 3 losses or less. If there's a 4 losses in a team on there, I'm going to rank you in 4 loss teams. 5, if you have 4 losses, you're running the fence. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 schools that are right now running the fence with 4 losses. Sam Houston State, who had their 4th loss last week, they're on a bye this week. UMass, who lost to Missouri 42-6. South Alabama, who lost to North Texas 36-22. Eastern Michigan, who lost to Central Michigan 24-13. Arkansas State, who lost to Louisiana Monroe 28-16. FCS bound potentially Louisiana Monroe, y'all lost. UCLA, who just lost to Northwestern 17-14. Akron, who lost to Toledo 45-3. Middle Tennessee State, who lost to Kennesaw State 24-16. Yeesh. Liberty, who lost to Old Dominion 21-7. Liberty, what the hell happened there? You were good. Now it's, what's this? And UTEP, who lost to Louisiana Tech 30-11. Look out for Louisiana Tech. They're already 4-1. So they have four losses. They're running the fence on a ranch. They're running the fence on the outside looking in. They're not doing anything. Now, one school picked up their 5th loss this week, which means they got out of the hotel. Now your plane flight's been canceled. We had to do alternate transportation. The bus is warmed up out front. We're going to take you to the train station. And that's the Oregon State Beavers, because your season is done. The Beavs are gone. The first school to hit the train station this year is the Beavs. Sorry about that, but that's just what it is. All right, now it's time to go over to the top 25, the new top 25. I'm going to recap top 10. I'm not going to do the whole damn thing. I'm going to recap the top 10 from last week, and I get on there. I don't do an opinion base. It's on a mathematical formula, so you don't do oh, this looks better. No, it's math based. So last week's top 10, my top 10, out of the, I'm going to do the whole top 25 of the new one for week 6 coming up this week. But last week, this previous week, going into this week, the top 10 was Miami was number 1, followed by Oregon, Ohio State, Texas, and Georgia to finish out the top 5. 6 through 10 was Penn State, LSU, Indiana, Texas Tech, and Ole Miss. Now, for this week's poll, we have a new number 1. And it's the Ducks from Oregon, thanks to their victory over Penn State. They're number 1. Ohio State's is at 2. Miami drops to 3. Well, they had a bye week. I don't reward you for a bye week. If you win a game, like I said, on there, it's mathematically based. It's based upon wins and losses. If you win a game, points come off your score. If you lose a game, points get added. If you have a bye week, it's a big fat 0 because you didn't do a damn thing. You know, beating a top 5 team is worth more than beating a top 25, which is worth more than beating a P4, which is worth more than beating a G5, which is worth more than beating FCS or lower. Conversely, you know, a loss against a top 5 school isn't as bad as losing to a top 25, which isn't as bad as losing to a P4, which isn't as bad as losing to a G5, which isn't as bad as losing to an FCS or lower school. So that's where that formula comes in. So Miami dropped to third. Texas is at fourth. Indiana, the Hoosiers are in fifth place. Keep doing it, Kurt Cignetti. Sixth is Ole Miss. Seventh is Iowa State. Climbing 5 notches from last week poll. Biggest climb of the week. And number 8 is Alabama. Penn State falls to 9. Arizona State at 10. I said this before. Everybody, and I do my polls, I've had Arizona State in. I don't overreact over one damn loss. Arizona State beat TCU, who I didn't have ranked. Is Arizona State due to get back in the poll? We're going to see if the AP actually does it. 11 through 15, we had a tie for the biggest drop of the week in the rankings in the previous week. Both schools went down 6 spots. Number 11 is the Georgia Bulldogs. 12 is Texas Tech. 13 dropping 6 as well, LSU. 14, Illinois. And 15 is Notre Dame. 15 is Tennessee. 16 through 20 is Notre Dame, Michigan, Louisville, Oklahoma, and Memphis. I got Memphis in my poll. 21 through 25. We got South Carolina at 21, Georgia Tech at 22, Missouri at 23. Welcome to the top 25, Texas A&M at 24. And back into the top 25, at number 25, is Utah. So, and my next five in, 26 through 30, is Auburn, SMU, UNLV, Vanderbilt, and Baylor. So we're going to see how that one. So I'm again recapping my top 25. 1 through 5, Oregon, Ohio State, Miami, Texas, and Indiana. 6 through 10 is Ole Miss, Iowa State, Alabama, Penn State, and Arizona. 11 through 15 is Georgia, Texas Tech, LSU, Illinois, and Tennessee. 16 through 20 is Notre Dame, Michigan, Louisville, Oklahoma, and Memphis. And 21 through 25, rounding out the top 25, South Carolina, Georgia Tech, Missouri, Texas A&M, and Utah. And again, the next 5, Auburn, SMU, UNLV, Vanderbilt, and Baylor. Can South Florida and Boise State climb back in? They're just below it. They got to get some work to do here. So that's my top 25. Now we have 3 games to watch, including 1 game to make fun of both sides, and 3 games, the 3 upsets I think that could be interesting. I'm not saying they're going to happen, but if they did, the story would be fantastic. Number 1 game, the game of the week, is 4-0 Miami. On the road at Florida State, coming off their loss to Virginia. They're back at home. They're in Tallahassee, facing the Hurricanes. That's going to be a damn good game. This is a game that's probably under the radar for some people. 5-0 Iowa State, the flagship front-runner of the Big 12, on the road at Cincinnati, who's 3-1. Cincinnati's 3-1. Yeah, they've been 3-1, sneaking up on things going right now. Could they pull off one hell of an upset in some people's eyes and beat Iowa State? I mean, also got a game for the Big Ten that could be interesting. Is Michigan? I think is my third for me is be interesting. Wisconsin 2-2 Wisconsin at 3-1 Michigan. Fickle loses in Ann Arbor. Could be there. Now, the Point and Laugh Bowl, resting on your laurels, can't do a damn thing in the current day and age. The Retro Bowl, living in the past bowl. Whatever you want to call it. Dabo Swinney and the Clemson Tigers go on the road to Chapel Hill, I believe, to play Bill Belichick and the North Carolina Tar Heels. Both guys living on their past. Both guys, we got past success, living on your past success, trying to get on here right now. Not going right now, and I tell you right now, what would be point and laugh funny? Belichick is out of his league right now in college. He's not knowing what he's doing. But if he beats Clemson, ooh, that seat's going to start to smoke under Dabo, I think. And now the 3 upset games. Like I said, Clemson, North Carolina would be a fun game to watch, but an upset to watch here, that would be absolutely hysterical for me if they actually happen. I'm not saying any of these are. Not saying any of them are going to happen, but they could be very damn funny if they did. We're talking to Kentucky on the road, 2-2, at Georgia. Georgia just lost to Bama. They're back home in Athens. They played a tough multiple overtime game last year, I believe, in Lexington. If Kentucky beats Georgia 2 weeks in a row and Georgia's got 2 consecutive losses, ooh, the meltdown in Athens. And then we've got the Shut Up and Prove It Bowl. 5-0 Vandy on the road in Tuscaloosa against 3-1 Alabama, fresh off a victory against Georgia. Vandy's coming to town. Diego says, we own Bama. Heading to Tuscaloosa and talk that crap, because I think it's going to be a little bit harder for you. Just think of it as a hunch. But the Vandy beats Bama 2 years in a row. Oh, boy. Kalen DeBoer's seat is basically a straight flame broiling his ass right now. And a game that I thought was going to be an automatic loss. Now, could the upset actually happen? 3-1 Boise State at 2-2 Notre Dame. Could the Broncos go into South Bend and beat the Irish? Now, after what I saw with Notre Dame whooping on Arkansas, I'd say probably not. But if it did, it made funny to me because Boise puts them back in the driver's seat position, and Notre Dame with 3 losses and no conference championship. Are they making the CFP? You got to wonder at this point if they're going to. So that's could be funny to look at. But I've done enough yapping here. So let me know what you think about everything down in the comments. So again, thanks everybody for watching. If you haven't done it already, do me the favor. Smash the like button, hit the thumbs up. Helps with the algorithm. Helps me to be seen by more people. Comment on the video. I met my 5-star performers. The schools that need to hit the gym. The what the blue hell moments. My top 25. There's a lot of stuff to talk about here. There's the schools running the fence. Unfortunately, Oregon State had to go to the train station this week. Sam Pittman getting fired. The top 25, all the games are happening for this coming week, and point and laugh bowls and things happening. A lot of comments you can leave, so leave what you think on there about all the stuff I got here down in the comments. Share the video if you want to. If you haven't done it already, check out some other videos that I've done. If you like them, hey, subscribe to the channel. On the road to 2K, trying to make some magic happen. If you want to follow me on X, the link is in the description. So again, thanks everybody for watching. I'm going to record in this seat is the start of the Snowball series. And I can't believe I'm even saying this, but it's the Snowball series. Those of you on there, I've been kind of dialed back on realignment, because normally I do quite a bit of content on it, because I was trying to figure out the one thing is about this. Everybody's worrying about, what's the Mountain West going to do, and what is Conference USA going to do, and what is the Pac-12 going to do, what is this, and this. The snowball. The Big Ten and the SEC raid the ACC. What does the ACC do from there, and how does that snowball roll downhill and affect everyone else? That's the start of the Snowball series. That's going to be recorded a little bit later here. There are multiple theories, multiple possibilities. I'm not going to do all of them in one video. I'm going to do them in different videos. Spread this out a little bit for some ideas. And again, you got some ideas for some videos. Don't be afraid to share those in the comments as well. But just give me a peek what's going to be coming up. And we got football on Thursday this week, coming week. Oh, boy. So, again, thanks, everybody, for watching. Always having a great day. Be safe, and please enjoy your Sunday, and be good to each other.